welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am showing you what we're doing as our big project in the garden currently. Don't look in the background because everything's a mess. We are undertaking the project of our patio. We wanted to do this ahead of Sienna's birthday party. We've left it a little late. It's in 3 weekends time. So we've been talking about, we need to do it anyway because it's very bumpy and uneven. It's a trip hazard. Aside from anything else, Sienna's probably going to be walking fairly soon, so we need it flat so it's safe for her. So we've been kind of talking about whether to completely start from scratch, buy all new slabs and redo the entire thing new, or do we work with what we've got. So we decided to work with what we've got. Let me show you where our starting point is. As I say, there's stuff everywhere at the moment. There's carnage going on. I'm working on a project over there, furniture project. We've got log store that we moved from somewhere else, old pallet we're going to use for something else. So this is our patio currently, obviously weeds and stuff. We've literally just left everything, paint spillage. So this is it. It's really shabby, it's really old. But these slabs, when they're all polished up, pressure washed up, they're absolutely fine. We've got some broken ones, as you can see there and there. But we can work with it. It's something we can work with. Then started to rip up our path, hence that massive pile over there, which you can see we've got this huge tree trunk there, which we're basically trying to just cut away as much as we can because that was causing the old path to lift. So you can see this bed on the side here really needs attention. So this is our patio. What we're planning to do is extend out to this bit here, make it bigger. And what we're going to do is reuse the slabs we've already got. We've managed to track down some slabs from Facebook Marketplace that are almost identical to what we have here, so that we can extend and replace the broken ones. And then we're going to level out the entire patio, and then we're going to paint the patio, which should be interesting. But I'm excited for the project and to see where it takes us. This is my pom-pom tree that I'm absolutely obsessed with. It flowers always at this time of year and it's just beautiful. Oh, I love it so much. So yes, I'm going to take you along with us as we embark on this journey and see how it turns out. It could be a disaster. It could be amazing. Who knows? So all the slabs are lifted. We've got to pull up a load of roots here. I think this comes from our viburnum tree, which is there. This is all sand that was down before. So yeah, tomorrow my dad is coming and he's going to help us to level everything out. So we need to dig up this area of lawn here. I think we're going to take it out to where these little bricks end. So yeah, it's very exciting. And in the meantime, how crazy this thyme plant has gone. So beautiful. It's just gone wild in this bed. Got some strawberries going on over here for, just in general, which I'm looking forward to being able to pick for Sienna. I'm about to plant that tarragon. Got some tarragon there in a pot that I'm going to put into the bed. And then I've just planted in a couple of lettuce seedlings in there. I've got some rockets going there. And that is it. All in all, a very lovely evening in the garden. Day 2 and time to pressure wash. We're going to pressure wash all this concrete stuff that's left here, and then the slabs we're going to do individually out the front before we bring them back.
go by those pavers you're taking up. Now, what's why there? Why they're messed up? This?
Yeah. Yeah, I literally just put this on top of soil.
Oh no, I mean these edge ones.
Oh, the brick.
Yeah.
So this is our progress so far. All the slabs are up. Started digging down to remove any big bits of concrete and all the roots from our, what I like to call our pom-pom tree. What I've done is just put in a line here with this cane there, and then I've tied the string all along until that one over there. And what I'm about to do now is I'm going to just create the line here using this, and then we're going to start digging out, so then we can start evening out, leveling out the whole thing really. So yeah, we're getting there, we're making progress. So we have 2 more weekends before Sienna's birthday party, and the patio is coming along very well. The garden still looks like carnage, but tomorrow, my dad's going to be coming to help us basically finish the patio and get all the slabs down. We've got some that we need to cut. So today, Ben and I are working on the pathway, excuse the helicopter going past. So I'm about to cut in a line basically, because what we're doing is, let me show you. This is our shed, and this is at the end of our garden, and the pathway runs all the way up to there. So what I'm doing is we're moving the pathway over. You can see where it would have ended here, and we're going to move it over and shift it over so it's slightly more central to the doors. So I am about to cut along this string line that Ben's just laid down, so we can lift up this turf. We've got all these roots to move from this tree. It's a bugger, this tree. In some ways I kind of would like to get rid of it, but I don't know. So we somehow got to get rid of all these roots, because this is the reason why the path was lifting before. And then we need to figure out what we want to do with the path, really, in the sense of what we're going to lay it on. There's a lot of membrane still left from the old path, so we could potentially use that, but we shall see. I've got a lot of tidying up to do in these beds. I love these artichokes so much. They're so big. Lots of tidying up, and I'm sad because all the allium flowers, they've gone by the time it's Sienna's party, but never mind. Anyway, we crack on. Hard at work. Good morning. Welcome to chaos. So today, patio should be finished being late. It is Monday morning. My dad came yesterday to help us continue with the patio. For the most part, it's done. It's laid. We still have to put in just those 3 on this edge. We need a bit more sand for that. So we do have some building sand. So I think we're going to chance it with that instead of sharp sand, and lay it along there. We also just have to put in this edge. We're not sure what to do with this. And we also have to lift up this water meter cap there and cut in one more slab to go around it. So it's just literally this, that, and then the patio will be laid. The path is dug out. That's just us sampling paints for the patio, which is another story that I'll tell you about. This is the path. We've cut it out. It now is slightly wider. This bed is wider, which will be amazing, so we can get more plants going on in there. And also now it kind of centralises up to the shed doors, so it really, like, the lines just, it's very satisfying. So we decided to keep the bricks that we already had in the garden as edging for the pathway and the patio, and so I've just jet washed them. We're going to reuse them as edging, purely because, one, we already had them, so it's kind of less waste because we'll reuse them. And yeah, it just seems silly to try and find a different edging to use when we can just reuse. It's a potential that they might become a little bit uneven over time, but we're going to put them in with a bit of sand and cement, so they'll be a little bit more secure. So I've jet washed all the bricks, and now I'm just giving the tops and part of the side, so the side that will be visible, a quick coat of masonry paint. This is the paint that I've got for the patio itself. This is called, it's a Wick's own brand masonry paint called Sandstone. So yeah, ahead of, Ben's going to start putting them in today. It is the most beautiful day. I'm very lucky because I'm getting to do this in the bright, warm sunshine. I'm doing it out the front of the house, and it's a little bit of a sun trap in the afternoon, so all I can feel is gorgeous sunshine on my back, and it is glorious. Summer is here.
It's like water now.
Cementing for the path has begun. Here it goes, first brick for the path. You got something to bash it down with? Bricklayer Ben.
Bricklaying is one of my talents.
Huh?
One of my many talents.
Perfection.
How do we think that is?
Looks great.
Good, yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah, then you
Check
sort
the
of,
level. Up that
then
edge.
you sort of straighten
So like this.
yeah, chamfer it up, yeah. Yeah, that's it, yeah.
You know how
Yeah.
long to go.
Yeah, that's alright, yeah.
Oh, you're going to like doing this, I think.
Yeah, that's alright, yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Tuck it in there a bit more.
Oh, I feel like we'll end up using quite a lot of cement for this path then.
Is this going to
Might
be?
be, yeah.
Is this going to be level? Is this level? Is that going to stay like that? Do you think?
Hang on,
Wow. Look at, it's actually really nice, isn't it?
Nice white ones.
Do you think this will be enough for our path?
I don't know. I know.
Good morning. It's been quite a while since I was last on. Sienna's party has been and gone. Our garden is done. I've got very hectic, trying to get everything sorted for the party alongside working and just day-to-day life. So I haven't had time to catch you up on everything with how things went with finishing off the patio and our pathway, which you can kind of just see a little bit in the background. Let me catch you up. So first of all, to say, we haven't painted it as we originally said we were going to. It's not to say that we're not going to, but we ran out of time, and because it's not something that I've ever done before, we wanted to just kind of live with the patio as it is, just plain slabs, and see how we feel. I think we are going to paint it because it looks fine, but it's not like anything special. It's no secret, like the slabs we have, they're not really anything, you know, spectacular. So I think it could look like a really cool like statement when we do paint it. So when we do, I'll put that in another video. So here is our finished patio. Excuse the mess. I have work projects. Sienna was very lucky and got a few new bits and pieces and toys for her birthday. But have a look. So here it is. Birthday sandpit, birthday water table, work project. The space is just amazing to have this extra room. It just looks so much neater. We are so happy with it. It's just been so great, especially for the party, to be able to have all our friends and family here, not have to worry. It was just so good. If you can see, I don't know if you remember, so this water cap, my dad and Ben, they really amazingly were able to smash up the concrete that was around it and lift it up, because at the time it was on a slant and there was no way we were going to be able to make it so that it wasn't going to be a trip hazard. But they were able to remove all the concrete, lift it up, and then my dad has cut in the slabs all around. Same with that one there. Oh, there. We just had to lift that one and then re-concrete around it. These pebbles, as you can see, they now line the patio. So we have like a midway line between the grass and the patio. Ben's currently on a mission with the grass to get it looking spectacular. He's out there watering and fertilising until God knows what time at night. It will look amazing. So yeah, and then here is our path. I love it so much. This was so simple. We've obviously gone around the beds as well, which was always our plan. So now they look a lot more integrated into the garden, as opposed to before it was kind of like beds, path, lawn. And now it kind of looks, if I just take a step back, to me anyway, it just looks a lot more, like I say, integrated. So yeah, we've got some nice lettuce on the way. I'm probably going to pick that maybe later today. And rocket. And the rocket's gone wild, actually. I think it seeded itself from maybe last year, so it's springing up everywhere, like in there. Anyway, so as I previously said, we painted the edge of the previous bricks that we had with just some masonry paint, which we will still use on the patio, but I think it looks really effective. There's a few leaves on the path and stuff like that, but yeah, we picked up these pebbles from Facebook Marketplace, would you believe? And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about, was like costings and break it down, because I think it helps to be a little bit transparent about how much we've spent. Yeah, let me break it down for you a little bit. So, as I've already said, the slabs, we already had the majority of them. If you look up really close, you can see that they aren't completely identical. These are the old ones. They have a slightly more like curved chamfered edge. These are the new ones. They're very square, so you will see a very slightly larger gap between these ones compared to those. We're gonna fill this gap with mortar before we paint it. Anyway, I digress. We've kept the old ones, which obviously we didn't have to pay for. These new ones we found on Facebook Marketplace, and we picked them up for £1 each. We calculated that we would need 45 new slabs. That was to replace the broken ones. And then we've added on, so the old patio ended there. So we've added on two rows. And then inevitably there was a couple that we then also had to add in. So we got a few more than what we thought we'd need, but 45 we got. So yeah, £45 on those. Sand for the patio. First of all, we bought a ton bag of sand from a builder's merchant locally to us, which we paid £78 for, which included delivery, included VAT. So we needed slightly more sand. So again, good old Facebook Marketplace. I managed to find a person on there selling sand. We managed to get half a ton for £20. Ben had to collect that in my poor car. It's had such a beating throughout doing this project. Had to take a lot of weight, but it only locally to us, so like 10 minutes away. So we picked that up for £20. So in total, £98 on sand. So it's actually the most expensive part of the project. We needed a couple of bags of cement. I think we only used 4 bags. Currently, we bought ours from Wix. They're like £7 or something like that, I think, yes. So that was all the patio. Bought a couple of tester pots of masonry paint. I have bought a big pot of masonry paint. I just went with Wix own brand. I'm assuming it's going to be okay. As I say, painting the patio is going to be an experiment for us. If you've ever done it before, then please drop a comment below and let me know how it went and what paint you used. I'm thinking masonry paint from what I've done in my research, and then a sealant on top. Let's see. So that is the patio breakdown. Then our path, as I said, the masonry paint that I used to paint the bricks was a tester pot, which was £3 or something from Wix. The bricks we already had because we reused the ones that edged the previous path. Now the pebbles, this might just be my favourite bargain of the entire, actually possibly ever. Again, Facebook Marketplace. Ben found a guy that was selling them. They were basically on his driveway and he wanted rid of them. Ben went and picked them up. He did a couple of runs to get them, admittedly, but nevertheless, we got all these pebbles. So all of this, let me show you, all down here, all along here. The decking really needs to be repainted. All of this, all the pathway. We got all of these pebbles for £15. I mean, sorry, but if that's not a bloody good bargain, then I don't know what is. And that is literally what we spent. So if I do a quick rough calculation, hang on, sorry, my mental arithmetic isn't that great. Just did a quick calculation. We spent £190. Effectively re-landscaping our garden, which, what can I say? It's a funny one because obviously, like, everybody wants to get a bargain and everyone wants to save money, but equally for us, this isn't our forever home. We are planning to not be here for that much longer. So we're also at that tipping point at the moment of how much money do you invest when you know you're not going to be in the house for that much longer. We don't know what our exact plans are in the sense of if we keep this house or not. But nevertheless, we're not going to be living here for that much longer. So yeah, so it is quite amazing with just a little bit of extra research what you can achieve on a really good budget, actually. Admittedly, my dad has a lot of tools, so we didn't have to worry about hiring any of those or anything like that. Stuff like he has like a whacker plate, which you need to kind of like compress the sand. He has one of those. I know you can hire them. I don't think it's that much. He has just like a manual one that you kind of do yourself. I know you can also get electrical ones. But yeah, so we didn't have that to include in costings. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of share with you and be a bit transparent because Sometimes I think that when you are thinking of embarking on these kinds of projects, for many people, like, one, it's a big project in itself, but add on to that potential costings and it can be a little bit kind of off-putting. And also, main factor of kind of why we did it was because we've been as sustainable as we can possibly be. We've upcycled basically everything. The slabs that we bought were secondhand. We've reused what we already had. The pebbles were secondhand, albeit they're all natural products, but it's just meaning that we're kind of taking somebody else's rubbish essentially and making it look beautiful in our own garden. And that is obviously, with what I do, is kind of always my aim, and I think we've achieved it really well. Yeah, so I'm so happy. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe below, because like I say, when we do paint it, I will do another video so you can see what it looks like painted. Anyway, it's been such a fun project to do. Bloody hard work, but super satisfying. And I just think when your garden is looking beautiful and you've got an amazing space outside, it doesn't have to be a big garden. Ours isn't massively big. You can see where it ends over there, tarpaulin over our furniture because of the rain. But when you have a space that you love, it's just like another room of your house. And especially with the weather we've been having here in England over the past couple of weeks, it's just a joy to be in. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far, I am very grateful. Keep a lookout for my video where I share when it's painted, because it will be done. I don't know if it'll be my next video, but it will be coming. So please subscribe and you can keep a lookout for that. In the meantime, please follow me over on my Instagram account. The link is below. You can keep a little bit more up to date with the kind of everyday goings on of me and my business. And otherwise, see you back here very soon. Bye.